Hey everybody, welcome to Legends of 40K, and in this video we're talking about Commissar Yarrick, a special character Lord Commissar from the Imperial Guard Codex. So let's jump right into him. Commissar Yarrick is 185 points, and that gets you weapon skill of 5, ballistic skill of 5, strength of 3, toughness of 4, 3 wounds, initiative 3, 3 attacks, leadership 10, 4 plus save. His unit type is infantry. He has carapace armor, stormbolter, battle claw, which counts as a power fist, close combat weapon, bolt pistol, frag and crack grenades, force field, and bale eye. He's an independent character, eternal warrior, or of discipline, inspirational hero, and iron will for special rules. And as a transport, he can take a chimera as a dedicated transport. And it's always nice to see an independent character be able to take its own dedicated transport. So that's a lot of stuff. What does his stuff specific to him mean? And before I tell you that, I want to say he does not have the summary execution rule that the Lord Commissar has for a generic Lord Commissar. Inspirational hero means that Commissar Yarrick and his unit are fearless, and all friendly units within 12 inches of Commissar Yarrick become stubborn. In addition, on any turn in which Yarrick and his unit assault into close combat, they reroll any failed to hit rolls. Iron Will. If Yarrick loses his last wound, do not remove him, but place him on his side, and at the start of the Imperial Guard's next turn, roll a d6. On a 3+, he staggers back to his feet with a single wound. If Yarrick will be placed in base contact with an enemy, place him so that he is more than 1 inch away from any enemy models. On a 1 or a 2, he is removed as a casualty. War Gear. The Bale Eye is can be fired in the shooting phase in addition to another weapon. The Bale Eye has the same profile as a hot shot last pistol and grants Yarrick an extra attack in close combat, which is already included in his profile. And Force Field. Any wounds that are allocated to Yarrick must be rerolled. So before I talk about how I would use, in my opinion, on using Yarrick, let's talk about what I think about both his model and his entry. His model is cool. I like it. I think his head maybe could be a little less clay looking, but it's still fine. I think it fits his model fine. I like his Stormbolter with the little laurel by the barrels. Overall, I think his posing is good. I'm a big fan of Commissar models. I think they all look cool, and Yarrick is no exception. So overall, I think his model is fine. Now, as a rule of models like this, not as a rule, but what I consider a rule is that it's kind of hard to do things when the model has such a big bulky weapon like a power claw, a power fist, or the battle claw here. So, and he kind of has 2 bulky weapons because the Stormbolter is pretty big. Considering, I mean, he is a human, so the Stormbolter will be pretty big. So, I think, all things considered, with having 2 bulky weapons, the posing is good. Now, as far as his entry, he's expensive. That much is clear. That being said, is he worth the points? Well, I do think so, and I think plenty of people agree in terms of Yarrick. Now, he is pricey, so in smaller games, I don't think he's really that good of an option because it takes away from your army significantly. But in the bigger games you can be playing in tournaments, the bigger point-costed games around, I think around here is 1750. I think 1850 is even becoming a little bit more popular as far as tournament scenes locally. But he definitely fit well on those. He does not give orders, so keep that in mind. Now, would I change anything about Yarrick? Well, his force field kind of takes the place of an invulnerability save, and while his force field is nice, I think it'd also be pretty nice if he had a 5+ invul save just to help out a little bit, but he doesn't really need it. Not much I would really change on what he has, aside from maybe adding an invul save. So, how would I use Yarrick? Well, first and foremost, like I said, he does not give orders. So, if you're looking for an orders-heavy Imperial Guard army, you may not want to include Yarrick in there. If you want more orders than having no command squad, but you still want to take Yarrick, then take a bare bones command squad with pretty much nothing upgraded to it. But that's still a lot of points when you consider both that squad and now Yarrick before you even consider the rest of your army. So that's something to keep in mind. But if you're looking to play an Imperial Guard army and you're looking to have a Commissar type of character and you want Yarrick, well then of course he'll fit. He is assault driven, meaning he will do his best when he's in the assault phase. So you should get him into the assault phase, but safely and intelligently. Don't just run him towards the enemy. He'll get gunned down. Yes, he may get back up, but he'll get gunned down again, and so on and so forth. And you probably will eventually fail his role to get back up. So you don't want to do that. Definitely attach him to a squad. That's obvious. And I would say always put him in a dedicated transport Chimera or in a Valkyrie / Vendetta, which is also nice because you'll get him there quicker. So with that in mind, what squad should you attach him to? Well, to do the most damage in the assault phase, you want to attach him to assault geared squad. I like Ogren. Ogren can't go on Valkyries though, so if you do that, you're going to put him in his Chimera with him. If you want to use a Valkyrie, I would say then you're probably going to want to take Stormtroopers. Yeah, they're a bit more shooting heavy, or shooting specialized than assault, but they do have a close combat weapon and a pistol. And a 4+ armor save, which is nice. So I would suggest that in a pinch, I would say you could use a veteran troop squad, a veteran infantry squad in a pinch if you really need to. But I would try to utilize an Ogren or Stormtrooper squad. I think those are your better options. So what do you do with him? Well, I would say there's two kind of army types generically. You got your static and your mobile. If you play more of a static list, still give him his transport or a Valkyrie or a Vendetta, and support him appropriately. He's going to have to move forward unless you're going to wait for the enemy to come to you to assault. But if you're going to try and bring the fight to the enemy with Yarrick, he's going to have to move away from the most of your army, the main force of your army. So support him with either moving up a little bit with him, even though you're static, or using your heavy weapons and applying pressure to things that would be of significant danger to both him and his tank or his transport. So, you know, killing off anti-tank squads or tanks, as well as firing what's it called, into the area he's going into I'm forgetting words. To thin out, there we go, to weaken. Wow. To weaken the enemy squads that he's going to be assaulting into. If you're doing a mobile force, it's a little bit easier to support him. You'll have things moving with him for the most part. A mechanized guard list can get other chimeras between his chimera and an enemy gun to block line of sight to it. You have other tanks that may draw a little bit more fire than his chimera, even though he's in it. And you can quickly apply pressure near him or to wherever you need to support him in this, because you have things readily moving with him. And you can also make use of his ability to grant stubborn to units near him if you have a mechanized force moving in conjunction with him. In either case, he's weakest in the shooting phase because, as most characters are weak in the shooting phase, they don't really have a lot of shooting in and of themselves. As well as the fact that he's toughness 4, which is higher than average toughness, or normal toughness, but at the same time, he's got a 4+ armor save and no invuln save. He can be brought down by lots of small arms fire, and if I was facing off against Yarrick, that's what I would do. There's no need to bring anti-tank weapons against him, because he's an Eternal Warrior, so he's immune to that instant death. And no need to waste the shots at him. Take out the other tanks in the army. Just hit him with heavy bolters, because I play Marines, for example, or hit him with lots of shots with decent to slightly above average strength, and I could probably bring him right down. Now, if he's attached to a squad, that's harder, which is why I like Ogren. Ogren have more survivability in terms of higher toughness and multiple wounds. Their armor save is not that good, not as good as the Stormtroopers, but Stormtroopers are 1 wound each. Ogrens are multi-wound, and high strength and high toughness, so that can help survive also the small fire coming at him, as well as the assault phase, because they're big and bad and in your face, the Ogrens. So that's my opinions on using Yarrick. Now remember, he does not give orders. If you want orders, don't take Yarrick. He's a lot of points. You can better utilize those points to take Command Squad, or even 2 minimally equipped for the same price as Yarrick. So, not even minimally equipped, like okayly equipped. I know it's not a word, but I just said it anyway. For the same points as Yarrick. So definitely keep that in mind if you want orders. If you still want to take him, but want to take Command Squad, I suggest going very bare bones, little if any upgrades, and keep them in the back with some type, or keep them out of the main fray. Just because the 185 points he is on top of the points for a Command Squad, and if you upgrade that Command Squad, and then you gotta take your 2 troop choices before you can even branch out for the rest of your army list, it starts getting pricey. So that's pretty much it for Yarrick. I've showed you his profile. I've talked to you about a bit about his strengths and weaknesses, so you know how to both play with him and even how to kill him if necessary. There's not really much else to say about Yarrick, other than that he is one of the 2 best Imperial Guard assaulting HQ special characters. The other one is Iron Hand Strachan, and I think he's better for certain reasons, but Yarrick does have better survivability with Eternal Warrior and the ability to get back up. Now, don't rely on that ability to get back up. If you're like me, you probably fail it the first time you roll it. And it doesn't really help you too much. It can be a big thorn in your opponent's side, but don't rely on it, obviously. So anyways, that's pretty much it for Commissar Yarrick. And I don't know what character I'm going to do next, so we'll see when it comes. And until next time, take it easy.